Today on the show, we have a NLP coach, motivational speaker, law of attraction expert, a journalist, and the founder of Quantum of Happiness, Yashika. Yashika has helped thousands of people around the globe transform their health, relationship, financial status through her live events, workshops, personal coaching, and WhatsApp programs. She has touched more than millions of lives through her seminars, workshops, and other talks. Her workshops, program, and sessions combine scientific mind programming tools and techniques, very deep and relaxed meditations, and many other proven processes and applications to help you reach the desired state of your life. Her firm grip in the power of human mind and laws of universe has benefited thousands of people from all stratas of life, and she is the best-selling author of a number one book.
Hi, this is Apoorv.
Hey, this is Arish. We have been learning ways to bring harmony in different aspects of our lives, such as mental health, physical health, financial health. Along the way, we noticed more and more people were keen on learning from us.
Each week, we discuss topics like mental health, focus, social skills to help you better navigate through life. So, join us in this podcast as we navigate through the many complexities of our modern life.
So, welcome to the show, Yashika.
Thank you so much for having me here. My pleasure.
Thank you for taking the time out. So, let's jump right to it, shall we?
Surely, Harish.
In one of your videos on YouTube called Five Steps Money Ladder, you talk about the power of the subconscious mind and the power of belief. But our beliefs are something that we have been living for quite some time now. So, can you help us answer this in like two steps? One, what is the power of belief? And what are some of the ways in which we can change our beliefs?
Very apt question, Harish. I'll say the power of belief is huge. It's very, very huge. I'll first talk about how the beliefs are formed and how this power is very, very huge. As a child, when a child is born, he is exposed to certain kind of atmosphere. He listens to parents, guardians, or the people inside his home. So over the time, he has, listened, experienced, observed certain kind of reactions, actions, words from various kind of people around him or her. That creates certain kind of, a belief system inside his mind because it was blank earlier. But since he has got that exposure, that now a certain belief system is created. It can be a very positive belief system depending upon the family atmosphere or the attitude of the people around him or her. It can be totally devastating or negative belief system also. Here, I would like to give you an example so that the audience understand what is the belief. For example, a child is a fat child. Okay, he's a bit overweight, and he goes to school, and children around him, his friends, his schoolmates, classmates, start teasing him every day. You are fat. You are fat. You cannot play with us. You can be a goalkeeper, but you cannot kick the ball. So you're so fat. So in case if he's every day he is listening these kind of remarks or comments for his physical body, he will start creating many beliefs for his own physical body, like I'm fat, I'm unwanted, I'm not lovable, I'm not likable, I'm not worthy, I'm not fit to play, I'm not fit to be a friend with anyone. I am good, not good looking. So these are just few sentences, few beliefs which he starts creating, and the list is very huge. And the power of these, beliefs is also very huge. This is just one example. He might be not good in studies in maths, and his teachers tells him something that you are not good in maths. Don't take, commerce. Don't take commerce because you're not good in math. So this is coming from an authority, from the teacher who has actually declared that you are not fit for maths. so economics or commerce is not good for you. So he will create the belief that I'm very poor in studies or maths and I cannot be a commerce graduate. So these kind of examples in everyday life happens with everyone. So since we are not aware that there is no filtration in our mind, we are not aware that what kind of impact these words can have on our mind and in life. So we don't create any filter in our mind. It is just like we enclosed ourselves in a box. Imagine a physical human being, any child is enclosed in a box, invisible box, and this box goes with him everywhere he goes for his entire life, in every situation, everywhere, in every situation, all throughout his life he is enclosed in this invisible box, which is the box of beliefs. And his box will decide what kind of life he will be leading.
That is something I can also totally relate to because I was a fat kid as a child and I have been
Hmm.
a goalkeeper
Hmm.
way too many times. And and now that has changed and I have been running marathons. I was preparing for a half marathon in the month of May. That
Awesome. Yeah.
unfortunately did not happen because of
Yeah.
coronavirus, but I
Yes.
can totally relate to what you are saying. So
Yeah.
as you can see, this is something that we have lived for a really long time in our
Yes.
lives. So
Yes.
what are some of the ways which we can use to change these beliefs?
Right. So generally we have many ways, many tools are available. First, I will say, first is to acknowledge that this there is a box, there is a belief system. What happens until you acknowledge that there is a challenge, you won't be able to find the solution, right? In every case it happens. So until anybody believes that he has created certain kind of beliefs for certain kind of issues in his life, so he won't be able to get out of that box. So first step here is to acknowledge that there is a ruling of belief system in the subconscious mind. Okay.
Hmm,
Now the
hmm.
second part is, for what area of life we are having what beliefs, acknowledging that. For example, you going to your life, you at one point of time or to certain life, up to certain life, you kept on having those kind of experiences being a fat child, but you took the courage to come out of that box, to come out of
Yes,
that cocoon, right? And if you hadn't been able to acknowledge that this is something happening in your life continuously for years and years, you would still be in that frame of box and still be a fatty kid, a fatty boy maybe, right? But you took the
definitely.
decision, you acknowledged, and you took the steps to overcome those hurdles, and you actually are now running marathons. So isn't it unbelievable? This is a lot success story in itself, coming out of that state in life and now running a marathon. So this
Hmm,
kind of attitude is required, first step, to acknowledge and to break that box. And now how to break that box is, you can do it with the help of mentors, trainers, or if you know that how to get rid of limiting beliefs and replace those with the positive belief systems, because it needs some kind of practice to train our mind with the positive belief systems. Why? Because for years and years we have been running that movie inside our head that yes, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm fat, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, right? So this movie has been played lot many times, millions of times. Now to overrule that movie, we have to recreate a new beautiful movie. So once you acknowledge that there is a boundary, once acknowledgement is being done that you are into a box, I believe that 90% of your job is done. 90% of your victory is done. Why? Because now the mind will start seeking the solutions. Until now, what was happening? You even didn't know where the problem was. What is the problem area? But now you are aware that this was the problem. So now you acknowledge this is the problem. Now you will find so many solutions for this problem, for this challenge.
Hmm.
There is a great saying, when the student is ready, teacher appears, right? And so
Hmm.
when you know that you need some solutions, they will certainly come to you. You will find so many ways to actually uplift yourself with so many modalities, with so many tools and techniques which are available. Few of them are, which I teach in my programs to my mentees.
Hmm.
With the help of NLP, we do that. That is neuro linguistic programming. Then, with the
Hmm.
help of affirmations, with deep subconscious reimprinting, and while creating new patterns in the thought process. This is how we, create a new box of positive beliefs. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That kind of helps explain.
Hmm.
Talking about affirmations, in the past we have spoken a lot about importance of positive affirmations. What are some of the benefits of positive affirmations for a person?
So, when a person keeps on thinking particular thought multiple times, millions of times, thousands of times, that thought becomes his belief. It is his entire focus which now he's giving to this thought, which has turned into a belief. So most of the times in a day, we get around 70,000 thoughts, 70 to 80,000 thoughts in a day, every person gets. And what we have observed and what the research says, most of these thoughts are negative in nature. So which means periodically we are accustomed to think negative. And that's the reason more negative beliefs take place in their lives. So now, how to change the belief? If we are using affirmations, affirmations nothing. Affirmation is nothing but positive statements, the positive installations in our mind. So now, with the repetition of positive affirmations, the system is reversed. The negative thoughts
Hmm.
start changing to positive thoughts. The 70, 80,000 thoughts in a day, which were mostly negative, we now start focusing on affirmations which are positive and which we are telling to ourselves that, this is how I am now. If I take an example, the fat kid was telling himself again and again, I'm fat, I'm unworthy, I'm not lovable, I'm bad, I'm not fit to play, I'm not fit for friendship, and he keeps on body shaming himself, or he keeps on thinking that he's totally, totally unwanted and unworthy child. So now the
Hmm.
opposite statements, the positive statements can be, I'm lovable, I'm fit and fine, I'm liked by many people. I'm getting success, whatever I do. I'm very playful and I'm very handsome and beautiful. I'm so charming, right? So, you see,
Hmm.
when I speak these words, there is a huge shift in emotions. When I'm speaking the negative words, my vibrations, my mood, my psychology, my physiology, everything's at a very low scale, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. But when I speak those positive statements, I really feel very empowered. I feel happy. Smile comes to my face automatically. I feel I'm really, really, doing great in my life. So it's a beautiful life. So my psychology, my physiology, my mindset automatically shifts. And it is not a small shift, it is a very big shift which is required.
Hmm.
And this is done with simple things like affirmations and other tools as well. So this is how a simple statement, a correct statement, is very important.
So, on the same lines, uh, this is positive affirmations help us not only in the short term but long term as well. But in the past, you have also talked about how we can change a mood instantly from a negative mood to a positive mood instantly. Can you share with us some of the ways which we can do that?
Yeah, certainly. So I was a very negative person for most of my life in earlier, stages. So there were many tricks. So what I did, I first acknowledged, like I told you in the step one, we have to acknowledge where we are. we are in a box, so that we do not live and die in the same box, so that we actually come out of the box and live a really, happy and abundant life. So most of the times in my life, till years back, I was in that box and I didn't even know that I'm in that box. So the
Hmm.
question right now which you have put up, it is going to help a lot many people who are still in that box and who do not know how to shift their thoughts, how to shift their emotions. So in if you find one of my videos in YouTube, I am telling a complete emotional scale study. I'm giving that study how with little
All right.
little, yeah. So we at everyone at any point of time is having certain kind of emotion. It can be a low grade of emotion, it can be a balanced emotion, it can be an ecstatic emotion also, right? So my idea here is, for example, if I'm feeling angry, right? So and I tell you that, and you tell me that, okay, Yashika, you have to feel happy, don't be angry. But at this state, it is not very easy for me to jump to such a higher frequency immediately from angry to happy. So what I suggest people, the common people who are just beginners in this phase, to elevate their mood step by step. Start feeling, from angry, start feeling a little bit of boredom, go to boredom, now go to frustration. So these are also negative states, but still they are going up slowly and steadily. From boredom you will start feeling then composed, then you will start feeling maybe satisfied, then you will scale it up to the positive emotional scale. So this is how a
Hmm.
common man can do step by step, so that he doesn't feel that it is such a big task how to get rid of this anger and just move to dancing like I'm very happy. Yeah, and but there are other ways also wherein we can shift our moods immediately. For example, we teach many tools in the programs, in the advanced programs, especially. Um, um, we have this happiness chakra. I created this module, happiness chakra, and how to open that happiness chakra. These are some of the practices which we give them to just close your eyes. In this happiness chakra, we have many modules, but one of the tip I can just give it on this interview session. If anybody is
Hmm.
feeling sadness or
Hmm.
anger, and he acknowledges the emotion, oh, I am feeling this way, and I should not. I should change the emotion. First step is to
Hmm.
acknowledge. Then the second step is if we can just close our eyes, because now we are taking the conscious effort. Close our eyes and give something a frame to the mind of happiness. It might have happened in the past, maybe your child's memories, a face of your child, face of your loved one, smiling face, maybe a beautiful moment of your life, or maybe a successful moment where you were awarded, where you were, recognized, where you were told that you are awesome, or where you got some kind of active participation, or where you helped someone and you felt that great gratefulness inside you. So you just have to think about those moments, live into that, feel those emotions which you felt then, and it will take some seconds, maybe some moments, maybe few minutes. The longer you can stay in those moments, feel the emotions, visualize those scenes again like a movie, involve your all senses, five senses in that picture. Once you do that, you will start, when you open your eyes slowly and slowly, you will find that you are now in a different emotional state. Now you won't be able to feel that sadness even if you try to, because you have given a new frame to your mind, right? And not only frame, but you have actually lived those moments again right now. So the subconscious does not know that what is real and what is not real. So this visualization of few seconds or few minutes will help your mind to entirely change your state of mind and emotional, graph. So we'll find that it is becoming so difficult now to feel angry now because you are in a different state of mind, which is really very easy to do, right? Yeah,
That was really helpful.
yeah,
And I think we'll we all need some positive thoughts and some ways to instantly change your mood nowadays,
yeah.
since as you are aware that we are going through a global pandemic, and these are some really tough times for a lot of people. We are not going to our workplaces for a long time. There is nothing to distract us. The news is filled with the information about pandemic. So
Hmm,
help us navigate through these times,
hmm,
and also tell us how are you managing to stay positive,
hmm,
you know
hmm.
getting more work done,
Yeah.
being productive. How are you doing that?
Yeah, this is really a nice, question, Narish, and thank you so much for bringing this in this time, especially because the pandemic has actually, given that halt in people's life. This is something, they are feeling really fearful. Many people are feeling fearful most of the times. Why? Because they're surrounded with so many negative thoughts, negative news, negative patterns, negative people talking about same thing: pandemic, future, economy. So I like to give you, I like to give the audience, the listeners, few nuggets how they can actually help themselves remain calm, positive, rather more productive, and more happier than they were earlier pre-pandemic period. So here is tip number one: cut down all the media channels. You might find it really tough. I have been to media, serving the media industry for 15 years, right? 2 years back, 3 years back, just I left that position.
Hmm,
So, but what I can tell you, I haven't switched on my TV for ages now. Ages and ages. I just forgot how to operate my TV. Leave
hmm,
about switching on any news channel. I do not watch TV at all. There is no newspaper coming in my house. It does not mean that I am, I'm just protecting myself, overprotecting myself. But yes, it definitely means that I am really careful about my exposure to outside world. My
hmm,
priority is my mind first, then I'll cater to the world, what's happening, right? And if the worldly matter is disturbing my mind, disturbing my life, and I won't be able to serve anybody then, not even to my family members. So, most of the media channels, most of the newspapers, and maybe your family members, friends, or the people with whom you connect on telephone or mobile chat, face talk, whatever, if the conversation is negative, if the conversation is filled with only facts, negative facts, if the talk or the news is only about fears, which are generating fears about your financial status, about your job insecurity, about your health, or what's happening in the world, which is not good, then I'll really suggest you just shut down everything. This is tough for many, but it becomes very easy when you understand that your mind is your responsibility. I'll repeat, your mind is your responsibility. So, whatever you feed into your mind, it will be becoming, a continuous thought process, maybe a belief. Then this belief will be turning into reality. So, first step
hmm,
is to actually stop believing, stop entertaining everything related with negative timings, negative exposure during pandemic,
hmm,
especially.
hmm,
Second step related with the step number one will be keep a check on your social feed. Keep a check on your social media feed. After listening to this interview, I'll suggest my listeners to go and check, open your Facebook or Instagram or other social feeds, and you'll find out what kind of things or feed you are getting in, because this field will be reflecting your life, your mental attitude right now. If you find that most of the things are, unwanted, not worthy, taking a lot of time, but consuming your energy, but it is not adding any value to you, just unfollow those people or pages and start following those people, those leaders, those pages, those friends who are adding value to your life, who are adding positivity at least sometimes in a day, who are giving you support, guidance or positivity or motivation or appreciation, which is actually feeding correct thing into your mind. So this is step number 2. Check your social feed. Now, third step is to connect with yourself. Some people have got extra busy in this lockdown period. Some people have got, extra free in this lockdown period. So it is not good to say that now you got free time. Just spare some time for yourself. In either case, you got some time or you do not get some time, find some time for yourself, maybe even 5 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes, just like that. If you are a beginner, I'll tell you, you can just, meditate for 5 minutes also. And do not expect very high expectations out of any meditation session, that I meditated and some miracle is going to happen. Somebody is coming into my soul. Somebody will come to my vision or dreams and guide me. I've seen people, questioning me like this, like asking me for guidance, like what we should expect from a meditation session, right? So because they haven't done it, so you do not know that a meditation session is nothing but giving a stability to your body and mind, and it will come with the practice. Just few tips how to meditate. You can set a timer for 5 minutes, sit in a relaxed, composed state where no one is going to disturb you for next 5 minutes. Close your eyes slowly, and if you do not know how to compose your mind now, just start focusing on your breath. When you take inhale, say in. When you exhale, say out. In, out, in, out. You might feel that your body is not stable. So first idea is to stabilize your body, because until your body is stabilized, your mind will wander. First stabilize your body, then stabilize your mind, and just it's a matter of 4 5 minutes, that's it. So keep a third step is to meditate or connect with your own self. It is very important to connect with your subconscious levels or internal levels, because then you will gradually start finding the world is, you will start watching the world in different with different eyes. You will start yourself, you will find so many things happening around your body, around yourself, and in the world, which were not there earlier. So start connecting with yourself more often. It really brings a change. Fifth step, as I already touched upon, using affirmations. Try to find out what are your belief systems. If there is any belief you need to change, get help of mentors or do it by yourself, and replace those beliefs, replace those roadblocks, and so that you can excel in life. Post lockdown, you are ready to face the challenges, whatever the world is going to be changed. Of course, the life won't be same after lockdown, but you start preparing yourself during this period with mental programming. You program yourself by your own or by taking help from others, but utilize this time for your own mental physical growth. This is how, which really can help us. Yeah.
That's some wonderful tips, and I think I am already on two of them. I'll try to incorporate more from what you have suggested. Uh,
Great.
coming back to coming back to your book, you have a wonderful book called 21 Laws to Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. and a wonderful program called 21 Day Transformation. Could you tell our listeners a little more about your book as well as your program?
Yeah, Arish. Actually, I launched this program 2 years back, and with after an year, I launched it in 2018, and since then, we have touched around 7,000 lives across the globe, and it is an unstoppable program because batch after batch after batch we are running. There was never a full stop because such is the curiosity among people that they want to actually invest into their self development now. So seeing the success of the program, I wanted to reach to more people with the literature also. So I published this book. I authored this book, 21 Laws to Manifest Your Desired Life, which became the Amazon bestseller. And fortunately, my mentees and people across the globe booked pre-booked this book before even I started writing it. Just I launched the cover of the book, and my 350 copies were sold before even I published this.
Hmm.
So the book is having more than 21 practices which we teach in 21 day program also. So the book is a combination of scientific studies, success of my mentees, practices used by many famous personalities, successful people, Hollywood, Bollywood personalities, and to uplift and to manifest the desire which they are living right now. So the book is a combination of many facts and figures, and also it is practical in nature. It is just not theoretical like the program. Program is also a very practical in nature. The book is similarly, task-based book. So to the whole idea, the vision behind the book and the program is to help individuals to consciously take efforts to reprogram the mind.
Hmm.
Right.
That
So
sounds really
yeah,
interesting because
yeah.
I really love such books which has,
Hmm.
practical tools and tips that will
Hmm.
give you ideas right after finishing a chapter. This is what you can do and
Yes.
apply in your lives. Because there are few books that you read but you may not apply. But if
Abs-
a book directly tells you that these are the steps you can take right away, that really
yeah.
helps.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So this brings us to the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for the wonderful insights. Before we part ways, what are some of the ways in which our listeners can reach out to you if they want to?
They can just follow my pages because generally every day the team is me. I'm also engaged in the social media, but the team is also working in spreading many techniques, processes, free guidance, and every day you will find that content is published there so that people who follow our pages they get something in return. Sometimes they may get how to meditate. Sometimes they get to see how people got real success in their health, money, or they achieved their dream house, or they, actually lost the weight they wanted to lose. And they started living a life of happiness. They got rid of depression, they got rid of back pains, so many things. So, when we see the real stories happening in the world, so we feel that yeah, this is possible, I can also do it, right? So this is how they can connect with me on the social media pages, on the website, or email me so that we are connected.
Awesome. Because I can definitely vouch that you have a really good YouTube channel as well. I think it's called Quantum of Happiness.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So you have a really beautiful YouTube channel as well. Very
Thank
informative. So I'll suggest all our listeners to go check it out. And thanks for coming to the show. Thanks to all the listeners who tuned in once again. You guys are awesome. Yashika, you're awesome for coming to the podcast.
Thank you so much. And I'll just tell my listeners that there is nothing in the world you cannot do, have, or experience. Just keep rocking, and you are always awesome, guys. Thank you so much, Arish, for having me here.
Hello, guys. Thank you all for listening. If you did like that episode, share it with people who you think will benefit from listening to it. If you have any comments or suggestions regarding this episode or any of the previous episodes, you can drop them to us at info@thecharmingbuddha.com. You could also drop them to us on any of our social media pages, the links to which will be posted in the show notes.